So ink, PulseX ink. You get this by yield farming. I guess I should pull up the farm so you can see what I'm talking about. So incentive token is the reward token you get for participating in the farms. And you can also compound and kind of keep like rotating them through in the other farms. So strategy, especially when the APR was way higher and the price was way higher. A few months ago, when the farm first came out, super popular for the first 2 or 3 months because the yield was great, the prices were great, the APR was really high. So essentially, if you provide liquidity, again, know what you're doing before you do that. You provide liquidity, and then you can farm the tokens. You put them in the farm, and you harvest. You can harvest incentive token over time. Harvest just means like get it, like send it to me. Get it to send it to your wallet, and you earn incentive token over time, depending on how much percentage you are in the pool, or how much APR is here, and how much you're how big you are. Like if you put in $100,000 versus $1,000 difference in how much you earn and stuff. So you can earn incentive token. I like the way Sloth kind of talks about it a while back when it was like all the rage. Monetizing risk. There's impermanent loss risk. There's opportunity. What do you call this? The mental model opportunity cost, I guess you could say, of you putting it here versus putting it other places and earning yield. And otherwise, you got to put up either PLS and ink or hex or stables, or a lot of people just sit in this pool just earning ink. They got a lot of PLS. Like I guess like the again, I've done a ton of videos on this, so just type in RHMax PulseX farming or incentive token otherwise. But a lot of people sit in PulseX pulse pool, the lowest APR, but it's like the safest as far as if you like impermanent loss. If you like both tokens, if you don't mind getting more Pulse or PulseX and still earning ink at the same time, well, there it is. So, and there's different, again, different risky, you get more stables versus Pulse and all this stuff too. So, anyways, we got a ton of content on that if you're interested. But I wanted to, let's see, that's one thing from Gold Key I want to pull up. But I want to pull up the main explanation because I think it's, it really does a good way of explaining how it works, what it's for, and the ability for, I've called it the health indicator, the ecosystem too, of, if it's a lot of people are participating and loving PulseX and using PulseX and prices are higher, let's say, if ink is doing really well. So I think that's another underrated part of it. So, and, everyone's like, oh, ink, I don't care about ink, all this stuff. It outperformed everything when it first came out. That thing went to $80. It's incredible. Like ink outperformed PulseChain, PulseX, Hex, everything by far. Now it went down a lot too. It might have went down the most after that as well, but it outperformed everything in the beginning. So you could not be, when it first came out, it was amazing. And again, nothing's changed. The code's still there. It still works. It's just, prices went down. People got less interested. And it's just, there's we'll talk about the tokenomics a little bit too in here as well. Anyways, shout out to Gold Key. Put this in the chat in case you want to check it out yourself. So he says, I've been interested in knowing how ink earnings on PulseX actually work. Can find information, dug into the contract. When you provide liquidity on PulseX, you get LP tokens. If there is a farm for liquidity pool, you can stake your LP tokens to earn ink. How are your earnings determined? So the pool's allocation points are an important factor in how much ink a pool earns. The allocation points represent the pool's weight and reward distribution to all the pools. Pools with a higher allocation points earn more rewards. Your earnings are determined by the time you've been staked and the amount staked in proportion to total tokens staked in the pool. The more you staked and the longer you stake, the more you earn. So again, you put the tokens in, you have them there. As long as you have them in, they're earning ink. And then just some different, again, calculations and stuff like that. And then finally, the accumulated ink rewards are distributed to the individual stakers by multiplying the difference in accumulated ink per share by the time their last claimed rewards LP balance. So let's see. Yeah, at the end, stake LP tokens earn ink. And another one that he posted too about the inflation, I'll put in the chat. And again, people say, "Oh, this is RH coin. Like this is, he made Hex, he made PulseChain, he made PulseX. Ink is part of PulseX. So I imagine he had some design into the ink, um, game theory and otherwise as well. So maybe it's the one he cares the least about, but it is, I still put in the blue chips, and I still think that hopefully people build on it. And again, if I hope it's destiny. I think it and PulseX are tied together in a good way. So of all the charts, ink makes the most sense. Supply has been hyperinflationary since launch, currently at 297% annualized inflation. As with any linear unit inflation system, inflation rate will continue to decrease as supply increases. So until inflation rate comes down, downtrend likely will continue. And he's talked about, it went below $1. It went literally, around $80. Went way down to $1, sitting in the this range for a while. Also sat around, I remember, was it 30, 40, 30, $35 or so. And then kind of hovered around $8 for a while, $5 to $8. Right below $1. Now it's like $1 or $1.50 or so right now. But pretty cool on the tokenomics. Again, it's inflationary. However, inflation goes down over time. And this is stuff for, if you're going to be farming for a while. And again, if you think people are going to build on ink, I can't see people being not interested in an RH token or something that is key to the ecosystem of liquidity and all of that story. So yeah, I was high on ink before. I think I still think it's awesome, and I'm excited to see what it does in the future when we're in a bull market, when everyone's using, when PulseX has all the amazing features and it's working perfectly. I'm excited to see ink, what ink's really made of, because I had that huge run up, which cannot explain how incredible that was. Pretty cool. I remember it went to $20. I was like, oh, I remember going to the Miami conference and thinking, I just left and I saw ink go to like $20. Like, oh wow, $20 is definitely can't go any higher than that, can it? And it just kept going. It's like $50, $60, $70. So yeah, the APR and all that PulseX farming was extremely popular back then for a reason. And will it come back? I certainly hope so. I think ink will be a part of that. People building on it. Again, Tetra is able to automate some of this stuff. Maybe it will create more traffic for PulseChain, more volume for PulseX. Help people automatically do farming stuff. Compounds, rotate things over. Again, a strategy is like, okay, you want to maybe like one strategy is like farming here, getting the ink, and then rolling the ink into all these the ink farms, which also is kind of cool because it can add buy pressure to PulseChain and PulseX, because you need to have equal sides of both. So if you roll ink over, you got to have more to put in it. If you don't have more to put in it, you got to buy it of the other coin, such as PulseChain, PulseX. So I'm excited for these farms to return to the glory days or get somewhere close to it, because that was cool. That was definitely making people participate, not looking for other ways. That's what that's what you're doing, right? You want to go for the yield. Of course, for me, I want to go for the safer yield. And again, I want to just speak for myself here. I'm looking for yield. I don't want to put my coins where they're going to be like a high risk of getting lost or losing them or the rug pull and all that stuff. So, PulseX is one of the safest places, in my opinion. Like why wouldn't it be? It's the RH product. It's got the most money into it. It's hopefully got the most security and the most audits. And yeah, there may be bugs from time to time, but I don't feel like my money is at risk of being lost on PulseX with farming and stuff. So but stay safe out there, because there's a lot of other dexes and a lot of other games you'd be playing that are more risky. So that is